Hello everybody, I am Trader Joe. Welcome back to another one of my live trading videos where I show you how I scalp using pure price action. I'm going to be trading in my funded futures account through Apex Trader Funding, scalping NASDAQ futures on the 2000 tick chart. However, the strategies I'm using can be applied to your instrument of choice because they are based on price action. So, lots of exciting things happening. Not really. We're just kind of chopping around. We have this like what looks like a downtrend here, but it's really choppy. We're not going to use that to guide our decisions. I mean, it might develop later and become valid, but I mean, really this looks more like a range. So I'm going to draw my initial lines here at the highs and lows, and that will kind of define our decisions for the time being. Always got to stay flexible. You know, might end up redrawing all this later. That's part of scalping and trading in general. You really got to always be reevaluating what's going on in the market because prices are crazy. They can do whatever they want. So anyway, we are in this range here at the lows. We're now kind of in the mid range. We're not going to do anything until prices either come back down here or come here. When we're in a range, we want to trade the extremes, and as always, we're looking for second entries. So if it comes up to the top, this is our first entry. We would wait for another pullback, a lower high, and that would be our second entry. Same on the bottom of the range for long. So that's what we're looking for, expecting first for prices to come up here, and then we'll look to go short. Well, it looks like we didn't even get to the top of the range. Look at all that space there, and now we're heading down. So that's indicating a lot of bearish momentum. I'm expecting now really a break of this range because it looks like, yeah, I mean, the market's been in a bearish downtrend anyway, and now we weren't even able to get to the top of the range. So I'm expecting maybe a bearish channel to be formed. I will look how prices interact at the bottom of the range, and perhaps it will be validated, but we're going to tread really cautiously there and make sure it sets up right. All right, so we do have a break below the range right here, and it is interesting. It's prices are kind of stalling out right here. I was really expecting us just to plow through this thing, and then I was going to be looking for a lot of bearish momentum, but yeah, we're just kind of stalling out right here. So that makes me think that the range is valid, and we could just kind of see prices go back into here. So now I'm looking for a move back into the range and then a nice second entry. So we're doing that. We're going to wait for this pullback, a nice higher low, and that can get us long for a play back into the range. It ticked below, so now I want to see a nice bearish hammer. A bullish hammer, and that can get us long. So get my order ready here, waiting for it. So far this is looking good, and we'll see. And it looks like this might not turn into a bullish hammer. Kind of going back down. You never know. There. Finished bearish. So this is not setting up right for a reversal back into range. We might get some bearish momentum here. So yeah, not taking that one. Well, it does look like we might have one more chance here because we did have a pullback. This is our first entry short, and we have another pullback. So we could get a second entry short here. That then fails, and that can get us long. So watching how this develops, we now have a trigger for our second entry short. So if this turns into a nice bullish hammer, we could get long above it. I'm going to get my order ready. So far, this isn't looking great. Would really like to see a longer tail on that to draw in some shorts before a failure. So I have my order ready. I'm a little skeptical that this is going to form right, but we'll see. Yeah, no, that doji doesn't work. That's not showing us that shorts got trapped and we're having some bullish momentum. Starting to just kind of look like chop. So can't take it. We'll just have to wait around a little bit more. And good thing we waited. because look at this bearish momentum we got going here. Wow. That's why you really have to be picky. Make sure things are setting up properly. Because yeah, we have big bearish move down. Can't get in on, you know, this drop. It's moving fast, but you don't want to risk it on that stuff. So I'm gonna wait for prices to come back to this trend line that I just drew. Then we'll look for a second entry short at that point. All right, so I'm actually short. Sorry I forgot to hit record. This kind of all happened fast, but yeah, we got a second entry short from the lows here. Pull back, first entry, another pull back, and that is our second entry. It didn't set up great. You can see that this signal bar didn't come all the way to the trend line or to the exponential moving average. So for that reason, I waited for it to pull back a little bit. You'll see that this would have been the entry down here, but I waited for prices to pull back. So I have really little risk on this trade because it didn't set up properly, right? But I think there's a high chance that it works out because of this significant bearish momentum that we got going. So I was willing to, you know, take a trade that wasn't set up exactly right for all those reasons. So we'll see what happens on this one. This bar is looking nice. This is looking quite hopeful. I think I am going to move my profit target up a little bit. It's a little bit large based on the candle size. I like to base it on, you know, the average of the candle size. I'll do like 70 to 80% of what the average is. And the average right now is like 14. Yeah, so I'm gonna go for more like 11 points there. Oh man, it bounced off order. Come on now. Just a couple more ticks to get us filled. There we go. Okay, perfect. Great. So we got our first win on the day, 1-0 for $471 so far. Great trade. Let's see what else we can find for today. Well, we got a breakout of the channel, and wow, this is kind of exploding out. We got these 3 big bars. So at this point, unless we get a massive bearish hammer, I'm not looking to for this breakout to fail. This is looking pretty legit. But yeah, I mean, if this turns into a really solid bearish hammer, we could short beneath it. Otherwise, might wait. Oh yeah, this is just moving up. So yeah, we're definitely not going to take this back into the range. This is looking like a legitimate move. So at this point, we will wait for prices to come back and hopefully test this breakout area. And then we'll look for some confirmation to go long. All right, so we're now forming support right at the bottom of this this range from earlier. And I extended the line out. Sorry. I extended the line out here to show that we were bouncing right off the support. We have our first entry long. We're waiting for one more pullback and then a second entry, and then we can take a long position. There we go. Okay, we ticked lower, so if this bar finishes bullish, we'll be able to get long. Our order is in. We're ready. If this goes higher, we should get a nice little move up. Again, we have our pullback, first entry, another pullback, and this will be our second entry long. All right, so this bar just ticked lower. So we have our third pullback. I think I'm going to cancel my order here. It's starting to look like it's just chopping around. At that point, you know, if this goes higher, it could just be a trap for long. So as much as I would love to take this trade, I am going to cancel my order here. And as always, it could work, and that's all right. But yeah, I want to make sure it's high probability. So I'm going to skip it for now. All right, guys. Well, I'm actually going to stop it there. Got to get going, unfortunately. So we're going to be finishing 1-0 on the day for a nice $473. Would have loved to get another trade in. That's okay. Got to take what the market gives you, and I really do got to go now. So anyway, if you're appreciating the content, please subscribe below. That would definitely help me out, show me that I should keep this going. So yeah, anyway, appreciate you watching, and until next time, happy trading.